Hello everyone, Lau here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Vlogmas Day 4. So let's just dive into opening up my advent calendars, and if you're not here for Vlogmas, you just want to see the video that actually is titled, then just skip ahead a couple of minutes, like 5 to 10 minutes, something like that. So, but as we're in the middle of Vlogmas, not in the middle, it still feels like it's the very beginning, because it's just day 4 and we're opening up door, it's not a door, it's a pouch number 4 of my pin calendar. Where is it? Ah, the bottom row. The very dark pouch, dark purple. Oh, this feels very small. Which one is it? I always forget to prepare to put this out. So. Oh, wow! Ooh. So this is the first shoe. This is not from a mystery pin pouch or pack. This was from the booster set that I put in, but as I said, I did not have really a good look at what they are. They are all villains shoes, so heels, pumps. This one is the Evil Queen, right? From the colors at first I thought, oh, it might also be like Queen of Hearts, but no, it's definitely an apple here, and from here the looks like standing color, and here is her crown. So wouldn't it be amazing to also have from the handbags then Snow White? Oh, that would be amazing. No, I've said it, not jinxed it, so probably I will never have this. But oh, I love them. That's pretty tiny. I mean, but they come from a booster set with 6 or 7 pins on, so I was already pretty amazed that I still got it for a good price. So they're a little bit of on the smaller side, the pins themselves, but really cool. Wow, I'm happy that I included this set. They look great. So next is here, pouch number 4. Oh, do you hear that? So there is something that makes noises, so I can guess what it is. Oh, there's more. Okay, this is not this is just the stuff that I put in to give the pouches a little bit of shape if there's something very small in. So what is it? Yay! These are stickers, and this is just a very small cowboy hat. So let's start with this. This is something I picked up at a flea market. The same box that where I picked up the modern LPS that I had yesterday, like in the calendar. I found this little hat, and my guess is that it's actually just from a Shelly from Barbie, or also not even Barbie, then maybe just from one of the knockoff lines. So Simba Toys also had small babyish dolls, and because the size is too small for Barbie, and it's also not for ponies. But my guess, my thing was like, I don't know, maybe I can use this put on Applejack, because all of my Applejacks, like G4 Applejacks, don't have a hat. I mean, of course, Applejack is a brown hat, another pink one, but I don't know, maybe I can use that. That was my thing, that's why I bought it. And also, if I leave it pink, then it's just super cute. And it also reminds me of the cowboy hat from Tex, which is, yeah, you know, G1 pony, Big Brother pony. He has a mint green cowboy hat, and also with something like the sheriff star in the front. So I just liked it. But let's get to the stickers. Whoa! This is one of the small shop items that I mentioned at the beginning, that I also put some of them in. This is from an Etsy seller. She's called, let's see if this is still here, yeah, ChicKawaii. And she's from Europe. She sells from the Canary Islands. So I'm not that willing to purchase a lot of stuff from the US or something very far, but if it's still within Europe, then the shipping is okay and everything, and I don't have to pay any extra fees. So I purchased these stickers, and her style is so cute. Like, everything's pastels, you can see. And her stuff definitely is inspired. Oh, there's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stickers. Definitely inspired by Polly Pocket and also other vintage toys. So, so this one definitely is inspired, or looks a lot like the Polly Pocket Fun Time clock that I actually have. I don't know, maybe I insert a picture or a little bit of camera because it's over there. I cannot grab it right now. What else do we have? Yeah, this one looks like an opened Polly Pocket. Not really an existing one. I mean, it's a star shape, which is existing, but it also looks like there's a Care Bear on the top, and there's even a little rhinestone. What else is in there? Yeah, this one looks like the High Street Money box, or the pencil case. Could be both. I guess it's more supposed to be the pencil case, because it looks like there's something like a pencil, but everything is not totally like, you can't see that someone copied Polly Pocket, because her characters look slightly a bit different, more like Tokidoki, a little bit more Japanese inspired, but so cute. And she also has pins. Oh no, this one I already showed you. This and this. But not of a lot of her designs. Not a lot of her designs are available in pin form. So this one looks. This looks like the Cozy Cottage from Pollyville, I would say, or also like the Lucy Locket cottage. Also looks a little bit like this. And what else? Yeah, here's another heart-shaped one. And ooh, one fell down. Just one of the stylized Polly-ish characters. So, but I did not start buying some pins from her. I started with buying some of her stickers, so the design in sticker form. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I pull the trigger and also buy some pins from her, but this is the name, ChicKawaii. I can also link her down below. And yeah, love her style. So this was definitely a fun one. The stickers and the head. I didn't want to put the head separately because it's actually just a very random small piece, and I don't even know where it actually goes to. My guess it's from one of these small Shelly, Kelly-ish, Barbie-ish dolls. And the stickers. So I hope you enjoy these little like videos in the beginning where I open up my calendars. But now you will see I think at least 2 videos, not now but tomorrow as well, that focus on the toy line Keypers. I have some like toy catalogs that I want to show you. I will also get a little bit into the, not really history, but talk a little bit about what Keypers actually are. And my guess is that then the video after that will be a Keypers haul, because I have a box full of Keypers that I want to show you. And I did not have a lot of Keypers on my channel as of lately, so that's something really fun. So enjoy that from this perspective. See you tomorrow. Bye! Hello everyone! Yep, today we're going to talk about Keypers. As I said, probably a second ago, I have a box of Keypers, like a Keypers haul, but before that, so that will be just the next video. Today I want to introduce you again to the Keypers toy line and then show you these two toy catalogs, or it's more like advertisement magazines a little bit. But before that, I want to talk about these wonderful toys, because I think I have not had a lot of Keypers content on my channel because I just simply didn't buy a lot of them. But so what is this toy line? They are a toy line from the 80s, I would say, although they went up until the early 90s. So produced by Tonka, the toy company Tonka, from 85 till 92. They are these like animal-shaped, wonderful, colorful toys, and their special feature actually is already in the name. So Keypers, they're written like key, so like the key that to unlock things, but also like the word to keep, because these animals always have a hidden compartment somewhere where you can store your belongings or your little precious things that you had as a child. Ta-da! So there are actually two different sizes of Keypers. We have the adult Keypers and we have the baby Keypers. The adult Keypers are, you know, definitely bigger, but not all of them are the same size because there's a lot of different like animals. For example, here I have a bear, and if you put them next to each other, like the bear looks way smaller than the pony, although the bear, this one still is an adult Keyper. These adult Keypers, from their material that was used, mostly consist of two different materials. One that is more, you know, a little bit more like rubbery, but still pretty stiff, and then this hard plastic, really. And yeah, the parts that are hard plastic are most often the parts, you know, that, you know, open up. With the bear, it would be the back. There you go. These are very prone to discoloring. I don't know, it's general with this hard plastic material, but Keypers are really prone to discoloring at these parts. You can also see it, like this would be the correct color. This is sun damaged. I could restore it, I've just not done it yet. But the small Keypers, they are all over this more rubbery, squishy fabric, kind of similar to what My Little Ponies of the first generation were, the early ones. And these Keypers, these baby Keypers, they have not really an opening like a compartment, but they have a split most often in the back here. A little bear is here. So they are more functioning like a piggy bank. So you could stuff just very, very small things and maybe a ring or your pocket money. And then at the bottom you have this round thing where you can open it up. Really like a piggy bank. And as you already see, Keypers are not just one type of animals, there are a lot of different animals. We have ponies and bears, we've got the tortoise, we've got swans, or dogs, cats, kangaroos, ladybirds, blah, a lot of different animals. But not like hundreds of different, but more like, I've not counted them, but maybe 10 to 15 different animal types. There were actually 3 waves or 3 series of Keypers. So the first wave of Keypers, like obviously the earliest one, I do not have a single one of those. You can recognize them by that the color schemes were a little bit more, you know, bold. I don't want to say bold colors, but more like primary colors, or not these like pink and purple and like pastel. You know, they had orange, they had blue. There was, for example, a penguin that even had black in its body color. And their eyes are not glittery. So of these, all of mine here are wave 2 Keypers. They have glittery eyes, which the first wave of Keypers did not have. And a feature that I did not mention yet, all of them have brushable hair. You can see here, wonderful long brushable hair. But the first wave of Keypers, they did not have a lot of hair. They had small strands of hair, mostly just like a forelock a little bit. So their feature was not so much focused on the hair play as we have it in the second wave of Keypers with this really long hair. Still, already they included brushes. So with an adult Keyper, we always had a brush. The brushes of Keypers are really easy to identify because they say Keypers. So this is one of the nice things that you can already, like when you some brushes, toy brushes are really hard to identify, like what toy line did it come from? Not with Keypers, easy, they say Keypers on it. Yeah, then the key, and the keyhole is different for all the different adult Keypers. So this horse is called Diamond. They all have different names, like each one of them, so they are like characters. And the keyhole is a diamond shape. The bear, well, I would say it's more like, I don't know, triangle, flower. And the keys say the name of the Keypers. So this one is Bonnie. Some of them had different names also in the UK than from the US, and in Germany they had completely different names. Though I'm pretty sure the keys did not show the German names ever, because this one, for example, in the US was called Brella and in UK Bonnie. I have no idea what it's called in German, but the German names are a little bit hilarious. You will see that in the magazines that I show you. Yeah, so the adults also had some kind of soft goods. For example, this here at the horse, this, what are they called? Harnesses, like of horses. Some of them had like a scarf or a little hat, some kind of soft goods. Also sometimes the small ones had soft goods, I think. But mostly the small ones had another accessory included. So for example, this hair clip, or the pony, the small pony, the baby pony came, I don't have it, came with a little silver crown to put on. And they also came with a smaller kind of brush that also says Keypers, the babies. But the adults had one other thing attached to them, these finders. So they are, I don't know what, they are not really an animal, they look a little bit like a mouse. But in the story of Keypers, they are supposed to like seek out and find the treasures and then store them inside the Keypers. So they belong always to that Keyper. So they are the finders, and most often a set of like adult Keyper, finder, baby Keyper, which they were really separately. The adult and babies came separately. But you can recognize them by the color scheme. So this is really like pink and purple, and also then the finders kind of in the same color scheme. It's not always super cohesive because, like for example, these belong together, but they are not really the same color scheme. The bears, for example. Yeah, the second set of Keypers, which most of mine are from this set, this little squirrel. We have this snail. From my understanding, they are definitely the ones the easiest to get a hold of. The first wave of Keypers is pretty not existing here. I never see them. The third wave of Keypers, though, was just released in Europe. So this one, for example, is one of the third wave Keypers. You can see it's the same shape as this animal, but it's a recoloring. So these were not released in the US, but you find them every now and then here in over here in Europe. And at that time, so in the 90s, the company Tonka was already bought by the toy company Kenner. So these third wave Keepers were produced by Kenner. But it still says Tonka because the molds are the same, and I mean it was just like incorporated into that company. Yeah, reuse of color, is that something common in the Keepers line? Not reuse of body, but new colors. Yes, there were a lot of animals carried from the first wave into the second wave and just recolored. For example, there's a penguin in the first wave, as I said, was more black and gold, orange colors and white, and then the second wave we have the same penguin in purple and pink, etc. So more girly. So the second wave generally is more girly. And the third wave here, we actually just have one new type of animal, which is another shape of a horse. I cannot show you that, but they are pretty much, other than this one, just recolors. So just reuse of the animals from the second wave, and then in different colors and with some little tweaks. Like for example, this you can see here it has a music note. So this is a music keeper. It used to play music. There were others that were like jewelry keepers. They had some more jewelry around them, but no new like shapes, so no new molds, and also no baby keepers in the third wave. The third wave just had yellow keepers, so big ones. So this is also pretty much my entire Keepers collection. I have two more doubles of the horse. I don't know if I can fit them in frame as well, but they are the same ones as this one. So just for example, this is not an orange variant, although there are variants of Keepers. No, but this is just discolored. This is just what I mean by they are very prone to discoloring, especially the pink that turns orange or even brown in some cases. And then the white on some Keepers, especially when it's a hard plastic, turns very yellow or beige. And then we have these like blue tones that turn a lot like green. So, but the baby Keepers pretty much are most often in pretty good condition. So they are not that prone to discoloring. Do these Keepers have anything to do with the Secret Surprise ponies? Are they maybe just a knockoff of them? No, pretty sure it's the other way around, because Keepers were already produced, as I said, since 1985, and the Secret Surprise ponies, which are from, of course, the My Little Pony line, so from Hasbro, different toy company, which was not yet affiliated with all of this, they just kind of probably said, because this is produced in the early 90s, when also the second and third wave of Keepers were around, that they were pretty like successful, and they said, oh, we can also do that with ponies. So they brought these ponies that can also open up with a key that I don't have. And let's see if I can open it up. Ta-da! They also have a small compartment. So in this case, I would say the My Little Pony is a knockoff or bootleg or like of the Keeper's toy line. So now let's switch to the magazines, and then I hope you have a very good overview of the Keepers toy line, which I love. But I don't know, I haven't gotten around to collecting it a lot, because there's a lot more than what I have here. Although actually in the beginning, when I started getting and calling myself a vintage toy collector, Keepers was also actually one of the toy lines, of the 3 first toy lines that I said I want to collect. I always said G1, My Little Pony, that's the main thing I want to collect. Polly Pocket, vintage Polly Pocket, and Keepers. But for some reason, I don't know, I never like pick them up online a lot, and I rarely find them at flea markets. But I have to say, a lot of them are from flea markets or thrift stores. So, so let's switch the camera angle and have a look at the magazines. So these little magazines I got off of eBay in a lot of some other toy catalog magazine thingies that I also want to show you. And I like, as it says, though they are German, but the name Keepers still was Keepers in German. Anyway, it says aus der TV-Werbung kostenlos zum Mitnehmen. So these were like freebies that were probably laying out in the toy stores, and you could just get them. It's like advertisement, but also a little magazine for children with some stories, and like obviously all themed around this toy line. Yeah, so this one, from some dates that are inside, I can see it's from 89, and this one, as it is already number 4, so this is number 1, this is number 4, this is from 91, I guess, because there's something about we could win something, and that this ended in 92, so I guess this is from maybe 88 and 89, or this is from 91, 92, around that time. So let's start here. Everything's written in German, but I will obviously talk to you in English about it. It says colorful magazines, and already in the front it shows the like the special line that always was used for Keepers in German. Schließ was ein, es bleibt geheim. I don't know if that's really there's something in English that was used. I know that the advertisements, so the toy commercials, TV, it was like Keepers, Keepers, what's inside those Keepers? But I don't know if that's like the equivalent to that, because it's actually more like lock something in and it stays secret. That's what it means in German. We already see 2 of the adult Keepers and 2 of the finders here. Here it starts just with yeah, you know, a little picture of them, and it is, as it says, a fairy tale for reading out for your children. So it's a little bit of a story, and it's a little about the background, where they are living and what they are. And here all of the second wave Keepers are shown, not all, but some of them. Here we have the adult pony and the baby pony. We have the torches, the adult one, and the baby torches. Here we have actually just the baby squirrel and the swan and the baby swan. This is one of my grails. I want to have it really in a good condition. I don't have it yet, and I can already tell you it's not in the lot that I show you tomorrow. Here we have the lady. Is it actually ladybug or ladybird? Ladybug. The 2 ones. Then we have the rabbits. Very sweet. Here we have snails, and here we have one of the bears. The other one's not shown, so the baby bear. And it always shows you the names of the Keepers in this text in German, and it's really strange. So the English names, as you've heard, are like Bonnie and Diamond and Bella and stuff like that. But in German, it's like, for example, this one is called Diddle-Dum-Day, and this is Gaukelinchen. And the rabbit, actually, for example, in English is called Joyful, and in German it's Vielliebchen. The names are just like ridiculous to me. But anyways, Tausendschön, Blütenzart. So they are so overdone, in my opinion, the German names. I love these kind of pictures where they're shown like children from that era. You can already tell she's wearing these beautiful children clothes from the end of the 80s. Like, yes, I was, I mean, I was more like, as I was just born in 88, but still I was wearing stuff like that, especially for my birthday or for Christmas. Here it shows you that all of these Keepers can definitely store those accessories in there, and they are also from Keepers. So Keepers also had a line of accessories, so small plastic accessories for the children, and I mean, they were perfect for storing in the Keepers, right? Isn't that beautiful? Here you can also see some of the different shapes of the keys. So, and here it says in the English names. Princess is the swan, then we have Tango, I'm not sure, Joyful, as I said, is the rabbit, Diamond the horse, Fancy, Michelle. So those are like normal names to me, instead of, I don't know, let's get back to Flicker Flacker, Simsalabim, Seidenweich. Well, I don't know. I mean, Seidenweich is okay, but yeah. They all have different shapes. Here's a nice little you know, what children would put up in their toy, in their like children's rooms. Super nice. You could use them for storing your brushes. Funny. And of course you could win something if you write something in here, if you send it in, etc. Oh, there's another picture of children playing with them. So obviously they are marketed towards girls, especially the second wave, because they're so pink and purple. First I thought this is a boy, but this is also a girl. Just has a very boyish haircut. And the first wave of Keypers I could still think would also be maybe okay by boys, because they did not have these typical glitzy, girly colors. You can see the accessory sets again. Here's a little comic, so you see it's like made up a little bit like a real magazine and not just advertisement. But I have to say, the art is not really nice. It just looks like, oh, we need someone to draw a comic. You can draw a little bit. Like, yeah, not that good. Ah, it's enough. You can draw that comic. I don't know. I really don't like the art. It looks more like a 10-year-old. No, I don't think that a 10-year-old could draw this good, but some can. Anyways, you can see some of the accessories also. They are drawn like here, the swan with the neck like wrap, or with the head, stuff like that. And at the back, here was the place where the, for example, the toy store could put its stamp, so you know where you could get them. And it also says here that Kenner, Parker, Tonka, Germany. So it was already the time when Kenner had taken over Tonka, and it was the German branch who probably produced these magazines. And here are all the available Keypers probably at that time, so in 89 or 88. Yeah. The next one, number 4, already shows some of the other Keypers, not from the like third wave though, but still from the look I can see that some of them, well, let's see, maybe they are, but the dog actually is not supposed to be like really in the third wave, but still was definitely released later than the other ones. So let's have a look. Still says Das bunte Heft, so the colorful magazine, number 4. And yeah, we see some more Keypers that we haven't seen actually in the other magazine, but still we have the same color combination for Diamond, the horse. But we have the dog and the cat. The cat is supposedly one of the more rare ones. Sometimes I see it, but then for very high prices. So here we have the adult squirrel, and yeah, the swan, I really love it. And Joyful, the rabbit. I'm not sure if this is already the second or the third wave of the rabbit, because for example she was re-released in the third wave again, but just with a very slightly different color scheme, but I cannot really tell from this picture. Oh yeah, this was something where you could send in to get to become the Keypers princess or the Keypers fairy. So if you would send these in, you and your best friend could become Keypers fee, so Keypers fairy, or Keypers princessin, so Keypers princess. Yeah, well, I don't know what that means, but it means something. What's that? This strange thing? Yeah, Keypers also had a line of plushies. The same characters, just a couple of them, maybe 5 or 6 or so, not a big line, and to me they look ridiculous. I mean, if I would find one cheap at a flea market or whatever, I would pick it up for sure, but I would not buy them, like for me, online for my collection. They look a little bit creepy. So here we have some of the ones that we have already seen, the dog. And here you can see some others. So this is the penguin, and this is the kangaroo. So the kangaroo, for example, also changed from the first to the second wave with the sport type. So I think this one is themed around tennis, and the first one was themed around baseball, as far as I remember. So I don't know, there's a shift also in, like, baseball is probably more a boyish thing. So my guess is that the first wave of Keypers was not yet decided if it's completely just marketed towards girls. but with the tennis craze in the late 80s and everything, and the color scheme, you can see it's more for girls, I guess. This is just some advertisement that has nothing to do with Keypers, although I remember this. This was like my obsession as a little girl. I mean, I still love sweet things, although I'm not really allowed to eat a lot. Certainly would not eat something like this anymore, but I love this. And at the back, we can see all of the, probably the Keypers that were released at that point. So still the same ones that we've seen, but the new ones are the cat and the dog and the kangaroo, the penguin here, and yeah, the baby keeper. So also not every adult keeper had a baby keeper. For example, the kangaroo in the first wave had also a baby keeper, but in the second wave did not. The dog, for sure, although it's the newer one, also has a baby keeper. The cat, I never thought that there was a baby keeper from the cat, but here you can see it. I've never ever seen it anywhere for sale. Was it even produced? I don't know. This is like a mystery to me. I've never seen that at all. Yeah. So you can also see all the accessories. So yeah, that's correct. Some of the baby keepers also had like soft good accessories, like the torches had a hat, or the ladybug had something like a curly, like fabric thing for a hair accessory. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this little overview of the Keypers toy line, so you are a little bit more informed about like what company they produced and how many waves, etc., and what their features are and what they look like. And so you are prepared for tomorrow's video when I will have a big box of Keypers. Although I can tell you, as you can see, Keypers are pretty big. There's not a lot of Keypers in there, but enough for me to like boost up my Keypers collection by a lot. So thank you for watching. See you real soon, and may the toys and the Keypers be with you. Bye.